you won't recognize yourself in 1 year. Right now, wherever you are, whatever room you're sitting in, whatever weight you're carrying on your chest, pause for a moment and let that sentence sink in. 1 year from now, the version of you hearing this won't feel the same fear in the same way. They won't doubt themselves the same way. They won't think the same thoughts at 2 a.m. that keep you awake tonight. And that's not a promise of comfort, it's a promise of change. Because time doesn't ask for permission. It moves. And it takes you with it. This message matters because so many of us believe we're stuck. Trapped in who we are. Trapped in patterns, mistakes, regrets, and silent disappointments. It speaks to the person who feels behind in life, to the one who looks in the mirror and wonders how they ended up here, to the person quietly asking, is this really all I'll ever be? If that question has ever crossed your mind, this is for you. Think about it. A year ago, you were already a different person. Different worries. Different dreams. Different limits. Back then, you didn't know everything that would happen. You didn't know who would leave, who would disappoint you, who would surprise you, or how strong you'd be forced to become. Yet here you are. Still standing, still breathing, still trying. And that alone tells a story you don't give yourself enough credit for. There are moments you don't talk about. Nights when you lie awake, replaying conversations you wish went differently. Days when you show up smiling while everything inside you feels heavy and tired. You've questioned your worth. You've wondered if your effort even matters. You've compared your life to others and felt like you were losing a race you never agreed to run. And in those quiet moments, you've battled a version of yourself that doubts, hesitates, and fears failure more than it loves growth. But here is the truth no one tells you loudly enough. Growth rarely feels like progress while you're right inside it. It feels like confusion, like discomfort, like loss. It feels like being stretched beyond what is familiar until you don't recognize your old habits anymore. The days that exhaust you now are shaping the strength you'll rely on later. The pain you're avoiding is often the doorway to the version of you that is waiting. 1 year from now, you won't recognize yourself because you won't tolerate the same things. You won't accept the same excuses. You won't stay silent in the same moments. The things that drain you now will feel heavier than not because you're weaker, but because you'll finally understand your worth. Growth doesn't always add things to your life. Sometimes it removes them. People, beliefs, behaviors, comfort zones, and that loss can feel terrifying until you realize it made room for something better. There will come a moment quiet unannounced when you realize you don't react the same way anymore. Something that once broke you barely shakes you. A fear that once controlled your decisions no longer has the same grip. That's when it hits. Not all at once, but slowly, like dawn breaking after a long night. You changed. And you didn't even notice when it happened. The core lesson is simple, but not easy. The future version of you is built by what you choose to do when no one is watching. On the days you don't feel motivated. On the nights you want to quit. On the mornings you'd rather stay the same because change feels risky. Every small decision is a vote for who you're becoming. And most people underestimate how powerful 1 year of consistent effort, reflection, and courage truly is. Imagine meeting yourself 1 year from now. They don't speak with the same hesitation. Their eyes don't carry the same doubt. They've been through things you haven't yet faced and survived them. They know something you don't know yet. That you were capable all along. That the fear you feel now was never a stop sign, only a signal that growth was nearby. The turning point comes when you realize this. You don't need to become someone else. You need to become more of who you already are. Stronger boundaries, deeper self-respect, clearer priorities, less need for validation, more trust in your own voice. The pain you're feeling isn't punishment, it's preparation. And the discomfort you're in now is proof that you're no longer settling for a smaller life. 1 year from now, you won't recognize yourself because you'll finally see yourself clearly, not through the lens of failure, comparison, or fear, but through resilience. Through effort, through growth earned the hard way. And when you look back at who you are today, you won't feel shame. You'll feel gratitude because this version of you didn't give up. They kept going, even when it was hard, especially when it was hard. So, if today feels heavy, let it. If change feels slow, trust it. If you feel lost, remember transformation doesn't come with a map. It comes with movement. Keep showing up. Keep choosing growth over comfort. Keep believing that the person you're becoming is worth the struggle. Because 1 year from now, you won't recognize yourself. And that will be the most powerful proof that you didn't stay where you were. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more.